So I've not drank for 3 years now, and I had a drinking problem for close to 10 years. There were times where I was binge drinking, there were times when I was daily drinking, and there were times when I wasn't drinking at all. But it was this up and down style of life that really just made any kind of progress difficult. And I tried so many things to stop drinking, I tried calling myself powerless, I tried AA meetings, I tried giving myself up to God, I tried just gritting through it and using willpower, I tried moderating, I tried so many different things, but none of it really worked for me. So what I want to do for you in this video today is I actually want to talk to you about the dark tactic that I use to not drink alcohol. Now, this is going to sound a little bit crazy, but it's a dark tactic because there's so many people out there that won't be able to apply this, because you've got to go into a dark place in your brain. If you're going to rise above pretty much every single person in society, you've got to literally pull yourself out of society, question what the hell is going on here, then go back into society, reintegrate yourself with this new mindset, and then deal with day-to-day living, deal with these drinkers. So I do think this is going to be an extremely powerful video because I'm going to literally put it out on the table. I'm going to explain the place that you've got to go to in your mind if you seriously want to get things under control and never look back. And this tactic, it's been battle tested by me over the past 3 years, but it's also been used by all the people in the Sober Clear program. So this video is going to blow you away. And guys, just before we get into the video, leave me a comment down below. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are tuning in from. I know we've got viewers all over the place, so let me know in the comments below. Just before we get into the video, if you want to get access to the free video training showing you how to control your drinking without AA or willpower, click the link in the description. I'll be showing you how to use the mental model called first principles thinking to get control of your drinking. I'll be talking about the 5 critical mistakes that 90% of drinkers make, and I'll also be sharing the 2 phases of becoming sober clear. You do not want to miss that training video. It will change your mindset around drinking forever so you can start getting your health, career, confidence, and relationships back on track. Click the link in the description for instant access. Now, if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you'll know that I always say that stopping drinking is about reframing the way you view alcohol. Instead of giving yourself labels like calling yourself an alcoholic or using willpower or really just making it all a fight, we change the way we view alcohol. And this is really the foundation of this YouTube channel. It's the foundation of how I stopped drinking, and it's the foundation of the Sober Clear program. And it's all about changing your paradigm and your worldview and basically getting you into a state of mind where you see alcohol as ethanol, where you see it as something that, like you wouldn't drink pool water, right? You wouldn't drink water with chlorine in from a swimming pool. And that's the way I feel about alcohol. I'm not putting that stuff in my body. And that's really the first step of stopping drinking. But that's not the dark tactic, just kind of giving you a bit of context before I get into that. But that's step 1. It's recognizing the drug for what it is. Right? It's seeing the drug without the fancy marketing, without the illusion of it being a good thing, without the conditioning. It's seeing it exactly for what it is. Because all that alcohol is ethanol. The same stuff that you put on your hands to kill the germs is the same stuff that you put in your body. Right? There is no benefit to consuming this poison. There is not a benefit whatsoever. It's a drug. It's a poison that does nothing for you. And that is the foundation of stopping drinking. It's really understanding it on a logical level without the constant bombardment of brainwashing and the illusion of it being a good thing and the conditioning that's coming at us in 10,000 different angles, right? So that's like step 1. But there are many people that kind of know this on a logical level, yet they still go out there and they still drink, right? They still kind of, they might understand what I'm saying right now, and you might be there as well. But then they go out to a bar, or they walk past the liquor store, or their friend gives them a phone call, and it all goes down the drain, right? It's like this demon in your head where it's like, who cares? You can have one now. You could go back to moderation, blah, blah, blah. And actually what inspired me to make this video is there's a new guy that recently joined the Sober Clear program, and he got started with the program. He went through the first principles material, and he's like, dude, what the hell was that? I have never felt this confident before. I feel amazing about my decision to become a non-drinker. And he's like seriously happy. But then what he was telling me is that he was getting a phone call from a friend. And he's actually not drank for a week now. And his friend called him up, and it was like, oh, are we going to go out for a drink? Or I think he was going to a liquor store, and he said, oh, shall I pick some up for you? Something like that. And then the member of the program turned around and said, no, I'm actually not drinking anymore. And his friend turned around and said, well, we can't be friends. The member of the program said, it was a bit of a joke. And that really inspired me to make this video, because this is what I'm talking about when I say the dark tactic. And the dark tactic isn't about alcohol. It's about the other drinkers. It's about the people that we interact with on a day-to-day basis, and it's understanding them for what they are. Now, this is why it gets difficult, because quite often we have to see the people around us that we respect, that we love, that we care for, that drink alcohol, and we kind of have to disagree with them very, very, very sternly on this point. And I'm not saying you need to get into arguments and conflict to do this, but you need to be able to look at the drinker and really see them as kind of delusional. Like, instead of looking at these drinkers and thinking, that's cool that you're drinking, I wish I could have one or two, but I'm not drinking, it's seeing them and actually feeling sorry for them. It's looking at them and thinking, dude, you seriously gonna put that in your body? Like, why would you want to do that? Like, the only reason why you're drinking it is to feel free. You just want to feel relaxed, you just want to feel confident. The non-drinker feels like that all of the time. And this is the dark tactic. The dark tactic is really being able to rise above other people, not in an egotistical way, but in really a self-preservation way. And it's really just not buying into groupthink. It's actually thinking for yourself, rising above all of these people and saying, wait a freaking minute, I don't want to drink. And it's being okay with whatever reaction that they give you. Because basically, during the 10 years of when I was drinking and always, stopping, starting, every time that I stopped, I would look at people that kind of had things under control and they were drinking, and I'd look at them in admiration. I would wish that I was like them. That was what I wanted. And I've got like close friends that still do have a few beers here and there. And in the past, I would always look at them and just be like, that's just what I want. I want to be able to have one or two. I want to be able to just, go to the beach and have a drink, hang out with a friend, just have one. And that was what really stopped me from really finding that permanent solution, really finding that solution where I feel good about my decision, right? And so when I kind of reflect now, and even when I meet with these people now, or I speak to them on the phone and they tell me that they've been drinking or whatever, and I'm just like, damn man, if only you knew what I knew, if only you could see alcohol the way that I see it, then trust me, you would not be putting that stuff in your body. And the problem is that we, quite often when we stop drinking, is we want to change everybody. We want to change our friends, we want to change our family, we want to change our partner, we want to change children, we want to change everybody to kind of think the way that we think. And it's impossible, right? And what I explained to the member of the program is, you really can't change these people. The only way that you can get other people to change is to change yourself, set the example, and then kind of create the path for other people to follow. It's being the leader. But we're just kind of stuck in this world where, we kind of make a change for ourselves, and then all the drinkers want to kind of be like crabs in a bucket. Not always. There's plenty of people out there that will support their friends that kind of make these decisions. But the dark tactic that I'm talking about isn't just about seeing alcohol for what it is. It's seeing the drinker for what they are. And it's not wanting to be like them. It's being a leader and really stepping up for yourself and creating boundaries with people and really letting them know that pushing alcohol on you and doing that kind of stuff, it's not okay. And that's why I say it's a dark tactic, and that's why I say that it's not for everybody, because creating boundaries is hard. It's not easy. It requires some conflict. It requires some confrontation. It requires a difficult conversation where it's like, don't cross this line. And for me, I have to do that. If somebody ever crosses that line, they need to know that they've crossed it, because I'm not playing games. Because if I drink, everything that I create will just disappear. I know that for a fact, right? So if somebody wants to kind of play games and kind of encourage me, it's like, no, that ain't happening, man. I'm sorry. And really, it's almost like an attitude of it's my way and this is how it's going to be. And listen, when you're able to do that, when you're able to create healthy boundaries with people, everything changes, because now you're being true to yourself. Deciding to not drink is pretty easy, but sticking on that path for years, you have got to be so true to yourself, because quite often people will make the decision to stop drinking, and then what will happen is slowly but surely, they'll start getting inputs here, they'll start getting this person offer them a drink, and they don't create the boundary, and then before you know it, it's just bombardment after bombardment. They start looking at the marketing, they start looking at the conditioning, and boom, it's over. That's happened to me many times. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, in the past, that has happened to me. But these days, I'm not afraid to create that boundary with people, and, I really just encourage you to do the same thing. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments, and have a great day.